What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name is Alex, and here's a quick review of the Automobilista 2 early access release. So, a lot of us have been looking forward to this title releasing. We sim racers don't really get to experience new releases too often, and it's easy to say the title has received some very mixed reviews. And I figured I'd get in on the action and voice my own opinion. So, we'll cut right to the chase and talk about the most important part of any sim, the physics and FFV. So I believe the physics are pretty good. The compression, decompression of the springs feel good, and all that stuff. But the problem is that it's not translated one to one to the FFV. I feel like the FFV really lacks in rear tire feel. Like when the tires break loose, it's hard to get that sense of that loss of grip. For an experiment, I just sat there and did a donut, and there's really no opposite tug on the wheel from the direction that the rear tires are spinning, if you get what I mean. I think that the FFB is still very much a work in progress, like most of the game. It's early access. I'm not expecting it to be perfect, but if you are, I don't know what to tell you. But I like the physics. The physics feel good. The front end of the car feels great. It's the rear end of the car that I think needs some work. Skipping the content and DLC, I really like the content of this game. There's a lot of tracks. Granted, we don't really know them that well. They're all South American, Brazilian tracks. You probably can't pronounce most of them. We've got some tracks that we're more familiar with, like Brands Hatch, Red Bull Ring, Interlagos, yada yada. But the tracks that are less popular, they're fun to learn, and they look good too. The cars, though, the cars that are available for us to drive are really fun. It's not flooded with the same GT3, GT4, GTLM classes that a lot of games are today. Uh, the classes are more of these grassroots, funky classes that I really enjoy driving and learning. That's part of sim racing. I feel like or fun part of sim racing is learning new tracks and new cars. I have nothing against the content of this game. I actually think it's really good, especially at this price point for the early access. Moving on to graphics, sounds. Graphics are good. It's P cars. If there was anything praised about P cars, it was the graphics. So just imagine P cars, and you basically have AMS2. You have the fully functioning weather, the real track or live track 2.0, which I really like. When it starts to rain, you can feel that loss of grip slightly. You're right in between needing wets and intermediates, or so to speak, and as the track gains more wetness, I should say. You can tell, and it's really good. I really like the graphics. The sounds are pretty average. I don't think they're anything crazy. They're not on the same level as Race Room or anything of such, but they're doable. They're nothing. They're nothing crazy. The menus are intuitive. They're simple. The tuning menu is there's a lot of stuff on the tuning menu. If you're familiar with the P cars tuning menu, then you'll be familiar with this. It's got kind of a steep learning curve, but yeah, the menus for the most part they're doing just fine. Skip to multiplayer. Multiplayer is non-existent right now. Riza says that they're going to add some sort of multiplayer rating system. I'm eager to see what that is. I'm hoping it's a two-tier system with safety and skill like iRacing does it, but I'm eager to see what they end up doing with that. I still think private leagues are probably the best way to enjoy this. Um, what does Reason need to do to make the title better? They need to work out the kinks. There's a lot of little tiny bugs in the game. Like I can't for some reason map my sequential shifter. I can do paddles and H pattern just fine on my Fanatec DD2, but I cannot do my sequential shifter for some reason. And there's just weird little bugs like for instance, I was driving a track and I needed to do 2 laps in order for 1 lap to count, and it's just little stuff like that. My final thoughts on it is Riza was pretty ambitious to get us this title by the end of last month, especially with all the stuff going on in the world today. I think it's unfair to say, that they did a bad job because, like I said, the world's crazy right now, and they were a little ambitious in getting us this title on time. I give them 4 months, 4 months until this is all panned out and all the kinks are basically worked out. Really looking forward to it. Especially, I skipped over the DLC. The DLC will have GT3, GT4. early 90s DTM, which I am very, very eager to see. Um, you know, the way that I look at it is Riza has all the tools at their advantage here. Like P cars, and I'll quote myself from a while back. If P cars had good graphic, or sorry, not good graphics, good physics and force feedback, it would be one of the best racing games out right now. And I feel like Riza is trying to bridge that. They're trying to do P cars graphics with good physics and good force feedback. Now, if they can conquer the Madness engine, then I think we'll have one hell of a sim on our hands in 4 to 6 months. But yeah, they really need to work on their force feedback. I feel like that rear loss or that loss of grip in the rear tires just isn't really felt that well. That's probably my biggest gripe on the game right now. But so far, I'm happy, especially for this price point. You know, it's like $30. That's like three tracks on iRacing, and you get all this stuff. Now, granted, it's not a finished title, so yeah, I don't know what to tell you if you expect it to be, but that's my really quick review on the game. Please like and subscribe. Feel free to yell at me in the comment section, throw rocks at me, tell me whatever you want. Thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy.